Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. Tonight's episode, we're going to show a little Took's gift. So, with the Grease Gambit gift deck, I added in from Hobbit the new Belladonna Took, a 2-mana 2-2 that seems to work with exactly what this deck is trying to do. Whenever the first time a token enters the battlefield, we gain 1 life. Second time, we draw a card, and the third time, we put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we control. So, you might immediately think Belladonna Took with Grease Gambit is 3 creatures, or 3 creature tokens rather, and that means we get all 3 triggers right away, which is true, and that means we draw a card, gain 1 life, and get a +1/+1 counter on all creatures we control. So, that's very fun, right? That is what I initially thought of, but a lot of people are thinking of, Hop to It and Ronin's Last Techniques, and those are all cards that bring in 3 tokens. So what makes this deck actually work a lot better is the fact that we can go turn 2 Belladonna Took and turn 3 Iroh T-Master. So with Iroh T-Master, we get, when he enters, we get a food token, which is a token, so that triggers Belladonna Took once. Then we can give our opponent a food token and therefore create a 1/1 ally token with a +1/+1 counter. So that means our opponent gets a food, we get another token. That other token will trigger the second part of Belladonna, drawing us a card. And if you remember about our Grease Gambit deck, the issue back then was that Grease Gambit is a burst draw, but we don't have a lot of consistent draw. This way, we have a little bit more of consistent draw, and that helps us win a lot more games. Right? Now we can very easily curve a 2-3-4 into Grease Gambit on Uncle Iroh, even if our opponent is sort of a control deck, as long as they don't actively remove our Iroh. And if they are working to doing that, they're not answering our other plays or building up their board or playing a tablet and whatnot. So that's what's important, and I think that's fun. But the important thing with this deck is that I get to run black, right? So if you've seen the earlier games for Hobbit from us or from any YouTuber, you must have noticed that because of the bans that happened last Monday, it actually turned down a lot of aggression from Standard. Not to say that they're not aggressive, but this made Duress a much more useful play. Duress can now take out a card from our opponent's deck or a hand that more consistently. That's not just a Badger mode deck every time. So Duress can help. So this is what made this deck a lot stronger, because I can run Duress, I can run Ancient Vendetta, and I definitely can run 4 Beseech the Mirror to draw out the card I need at the moment I need it. So let's talk about the whole deck list. Turn 1, we have our hand removal plus board removal in 3 Seam Rip, 3 Duress. Get a look at our hand, or remove a land or elf. Turn 2, we have, of course, the Belladonna Took, which is what I talk about in the 2-3 curve. But we also have 1 Mind Stone and 1 Soul Stone. The stones are here to help us ramp up, because if you remember, right, getting to 4 mana is very important in this deck. And then we have a lot of removal, 3 Momentum Breaker and 3 Nowhere to Run, more of a kind of fringe style of removal where either it goes against ward, or around ward, or it makes our opponent sacrifice their creature and it goes around things like Indestructible. But the biggest thing is that they leave behind an enchantment for us to sacrifice to Beseech the Mirror. I also ran 2 Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace is very useful against Graveyard deck, not useful at all against non-Graveyard decks, but it's okay for this deck because we can just sack that to Beseech the Mirror as well. Our 3-mana play is Uncle Iroh, but I want to have a safety, so I also added in 1 Harmless Offering, because we're running red anyways, and Harmless Offering is a lot of time a dead card that has to be combo with something else, unlike Uncle Iroh, but that's okay, because we only run 1 off and want to tutor it out with Beseech the Mirror anyways. And then for our 4-mana plays where the deck really shines, we have 4 Grease Gambit and 4 Beseech the Mirror, effectively 8 of our win cons. But we also have 1 Demonic Pact, that's our super win con, so that we can Harmless Offering. So it's still a cat pack deck, but we got 1 cat and 1 pack. We have 1 Ancient Vendetta if our opponent is that Jeskai Revelation deck. We can name that and take that all out. If our opponent's just blue, we can name 3 steps ahead and take out all their counter spells too. So there's a lot of ways that Ancient Vendetta and can be tutored out. And the same reason, we have 1 Day of Judgment. I don't want to draw Day of Judgment, but if I need to board wipe, we can always Beseech the Dodge to board wipe as well. So that's kind of the Took's gift deck that I've crafted. I'm pretty proud of this deck that I brew myself, although I'm pretty sure there's a lot of deck lists out there that are fairly similar. When you think about Cat Pack, these are the cards that you kind of end up on, but I really want to see whether or not Belladonna Took is a good card in this deck, since it helps us draw a card on turn 3, draw another card on turn 4, and that's help us draw into the way that we can kind of, respond to our opponent's plays. And then finally, the lands. So, because we have Beseech the Mirror, we need a lot of black lands in this deck. So not only do we have 3 swamps, we're also going to have 4 Blazemire Verge, and 4 Bleachbone Verge, right? The black-white and black-red verges all start off on black, which is very good because now we can play our black spells. But we also have 4 Godless Shrine, 4 Blood Crypt to make sure that we have enough basic lands or basic land types to activate our verges, as well as 3 Sacred Foundry, a little bit of red-white to help us play the other spells, and 1 plain, 1 mountain, just in case we get basic checked. We have these basic lands to help us get the color that we need, and that's the whole deck list. Going to the game to see how well we will do. Alright, our opponent is Sparda. He's a seasoned Sparda. Goes first. Lovely. Now, I mean, there's so many ways you can lose a coin flip, right? Play the Blazemire Verge. Duress you. Tablets. Okay. We shall Soulstone. Gonna accumulate some wisdom. I mean, I didn't see a counter spell. It doesn't mean they don't have it. Death to their enemies. That's not very nice. I could Uncle Iroh and then give them... Things are tapped and I can still Iroh, right? Gonna have this food token. I don't need it. It's not a treasure token. Gonna burn off Uncle Iroh? Probably will. I could have Greased Gambit there, but a little risky. I feel like Uncle Iroh's not long for this world against this deck that's probably full of burns, but I'm hoping that he plays Smog this. Okay. That's fine. That means he used up his boomerang base. Keeping 2 lands up. Is he planning to counter the Gambit? Probably got a counter spell or something, right? Or is he just going to use wisdom? He's gonna sack the food? That's last thing I thought he was gonna do. Okay, the lands don't really help. I tap land and say, well, attack, and then say go. Or a land, maybe? I'll sack a flying bat dude. Gonna abandon attachment. So now he can wisdom for 3, but then he will be tapped out. That do 4 damage, everything. He's almost there. It's kind of scary. I don't... Man, I have to get lost, but I definitely want to do this turn. So... Get our Uncle Iroh out. Oh, I should have took him. Give him a Greased Gambit. Have that. Everybody get in there. Alright. There's a 7 damage coming our way somewhere. How much would I care about that? Don't care about it that much. So let me put out the momentum breaker as well. Make him discard a card. Smog is scary, but the good thing about it is, even though Smog is scary, like, he has to sack it at the end of the turn. So as long as we don't die this turn, we'll be okay. Gonna ping off Iroh, which at this point I don't think it matters. Okay, draw a card. That really that good? Yeah, you deal 7 damage. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So I don't have a land. Never mind. If I had another land there, that would have helped a lot more, but I don't, so Beseech into something else. If I draw a land, though, I will do it again. That is not a land. So I could Belladonna Took to that. Or I could Belladonna Took into Iroh. I only create 1 token, right? That's problem here is that since I only create 1 token, not doing much. And I mean, I could Duress him. Probably my best play here. That's my only search. So you know what? I'm gonna Took in. Each here. I don't know if I want a Vendetta. I do want to look in his hand, but I don't think that's something that I want to do this turn. I'm gonna get more greedy. Off the board. Alright. I will play. Do I want to play this land? I want to discard this land. I'll discard this land. Back. This. Oh. Now I got plenty of ways to give him this Grease Gambit. Drawing discard card is not going to help you, Mr. Sparda. GG. I guess my greed's paid off. Alright, our opponent is Wreck. The ambitious Wreck. Go first. Belladonna Took and Iroh. That's humble. Alright, how's it going? Tap Lango. White. Veteran Survivor. If I play Took here, he shelters. I can take out the shelter. Shelter and just attack. Can I do anything? I want to play Belladonna Took. Gonna seem rip me. Kinda expected that, but hey, if he's only playing off 1 land, I think we're good. I can Iroh. I don't know if I want to Iroh. Give it back. Have multiple seam rips? They do! I can draw another land though. Problem. I cannot draw another land, but I could do this. Okay. You have 2 seam rip? I have 2 seam rip. Let's see who's more seam rippy. He definitely has shelter. That's why he kept a hand like that. But oh, you're gonna regret keeping a hand like that. Feathered Flight. Feathered, go away. Alright, Uncle Iroh. Give us a little card draw, please. You can have... you know what? You can have this food. I don't need this food. Thanks for the card draw. 2. Alright, as long as Uncle Iroh arrives, he's gonna get wrecked next one. Origin of Spider-Man. Sure. Looks scary? Don't care. Dude, this is gonna be tough for him. I get 3 tokens. I wish I'd gotten the rest, but this is fine. Alright, we'll go to turn. Gonna have this Grease Gambit. I'm not that greedy. I don't know why you're this greedy, but here you go. Get your greed on. You right? I'm sure you're not happy about this. The game. Uncle Iroh can trade. No, Belladonna can trade. I don't care. Go ahead. Trade with us. I'll play tap land and just say go. It's a 3-2. Wanna shelter it? Go play shelter by ghost. See how that works out for you. Oh, he did it. He's done it. Gonna shelter the Seam Rip? Does that help you? Gonna Seam Rip the Belladonna? At this point? Can't even attack. You don't have first strike yet. Okay. Took my Belladonna. He is attacking. Buddy. No, here's the thing. You know you don't have first strike, right? Give it back. Whoops. Okay. Actually, yeah, it didn't matter. He would have to sack the creature anyways. You already have lethal. You know what? Let's just lethal him. You can have this Team Rip. GG. Good game, Mono White. Alright, our opponent is Ghostly Hills. Ghostly. Go first. Oh, look at those white mana and black spells. 3 Beseech the Mirror. That's probably some kind of mulligan. This better. I don't want to get rid of Rip, but I will get rid of Rip because face it. I need 4 lands for this deck to work. White, so maybe the Rip won't matter as much. What else he's got? 2 white mana? That's threatening. Okay, that's threatening. Oh look, he's got Ward. Anymore. I mean, do I just Iroh? You can have this. If I draw a land any point, Grease Gambit will get him. And white deck's still running around. If they have a 1-drop and a shelter, oh, they're gonna hate their life. 2-drop. And a Seam Rip. What are they gonna rip? My token. Okay. Oh, I drew a land. Okay. This game's really over. Those are not good cards, but guess what? I don't think it matters. You can have this Grease Gambit. I'll even attack if you want to trade. He didn't want to trade. He wants to shelter by Ghost Me. See how that turned out for him. Yes. Take my Nowhere to Run. No, you should have taken my Nowhere to Run. What are you doing? Want to attack too? He's paying. Our opponent can't read. Good job. Whoops. Gotta have read the cards. Reading the cards explain the cards. Alright, now it's just probably gonna be salty. Here, have this. You dead yet? No. We'll wait it out. I'm sure you're gonna be dead at some point. Origin of Spider-Man. Good job. Guard Mage Rescue. Oh boy, what a big creature you got. Just leave. Yeah, those draws were trash. But the game is over. The game! Ghostly Hills with your mono-white deck for the last 2,000 years. Alright, our opponent is Nomad. The Avenger. How can a Nomad be an Avenger? Could be out walking around. We go first. Seems like a good hand. It's not. I need to draw the second land. And then the second land needs to draw me the third land. That's asking for a lot. You know what? I'll put away the Rip, even though it's a good card. I need the lands. Leyline Axe. It's a good thing that we can get through their creep. They're warded up. But the bad thing that we have pretty bad draws while going down on the card for the mulligan. How is this? Build equipment and put into. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you. What the hell, man? Look at the lands. As long as you control another dwarf. There's door's full during story. I don't want them to have it endure. So break your momentum. This deck really needs to be greedy. But if I don't draw the greed, I don't get it. So also why I'm not running starting towns, because I'm greedy. Because that I can't play on turn 4, so it'll just be bad. Oh, a Steam Rip. Pretty good for us. But not the best for us. Keep attacking for 2. Eventually he'll get there. It's also shocked. He already shocked himself at least twice. First strike. Interest or attack, put a home counter. What's a home counter? Home counter, +1/+0. Nowhere for you to run. Oh my god! Did I draw anything but lands this game? This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to play this game? Thank god I had 3 removal in the early game, but like, what the hell? Okay, now I'm just getting trolled. No home for you. Yeah, I'm sorry, opponent. You're not having a great day. I'm not having a great day. Buster Sword. Busted. Wow. Talk about busted, dude. What? How about the worst card you can have? That's pretty funny. Not at all ludicrous. Man, Shuffler just want us to lose this game. Okay, well. Now we're talking. I do get to draw an extra card. That extra card please be a land? Yes. Thank god. If it wasn't a land, I would be royally bummed. You're gonna have Grease Gambit. I will even attack for 3. I don't think he's gonna block. The Life King? He's Life King, right? He's gonna double strike us. But we are at 27, so yeah, double strike is tough, but you know. What if we triple block? No, triple block, right? Does 10 damage? I don't think it mattered too much, but I'm blocking just for fun. Game, that was a game. Alright, our opponent is Bruce. This is just Bruce, the Avenger. Yo, you're in the wrong universe, Bruce. Go first. You removal, but a Harmless Offering definitely is not. I mean, I guess we do have Greed, so Greed into Harmless Offering is okay. Not the greatest, but it's okay. Black. That's good. Black has removal or discard cards. Get Duress would be pretty sad. He's not playing anything though. Neither will I. And I'm choosing not to play anything because I have nothing to play. It's white. Okay, never mind. That's something different. Murdoch, cool. This is tough. Probably gonna want to annex. If I draw 3 cards here, I have to discard a card. Who do I discard? He's got white. He can also just break the Grease Gambit, but I still think I have to do it here. Otherwise, I'm just letting him develop while I do nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to discard an extra card if they pop the Grease Gambit. But if he just annex, that's much better for him. Oh, all things coming up Lenny, huh? He's got 1 mana. If he hexes me, I would be in. Well, he can't hex for 1 mana, right? So I think we're okay. I mean, I can just Duress first. What you got? Shelter by Ghost, shoot the Sheriff. He is a Zora line deck. Mechanics. Yeah, I don't have any use for that untapped land. I have a Grease Gambit. Now he's gonna bat me, but I have 2 nowhere to run, so that's not gonna be very good for him. Especially if he bat in shelter. He's not gonna bat in shelter because he'll need the second nowhere to run. He double bat maybe, but he'll have to sack it. Yeah, bat's just not good because he has to sack it. Doesn't care. Gonna do it anyways. Most of these opponents don't read. They can't read, right? How do you play a card game with text explaining what the cards do and don't know how to read? Yes, you took my Harmless Offering. What's your plan? Okay, and then you shelter. Shelter my Iroh. Shelter my tokens. You shelter my Iroh. Oh god. I'm sorry, opponent. It's just no realm where those are the correct place. Oh, he's drew a 1 mana spell. The Hex, he's gonna Hex one of these things? See if I care. Go ahead and Hex him. Didn't Hex him. I guess that wasn't a Hex. I think that's just he had to sack stuff. Okay, I don't have another Duress. Belladonna might be getting hit. I only get 1 token. Yeah, you know what? When is it? Whenever. At the beginning of combat, may have target opponent. When you do, okay, not whenever. You can have food token. Eat it for food. Gonna play that. Gonna hold up 2. I mean, I don't have to hold up 2 nowhere to run. And sack creature every turn. Good game. Alright, our opponent is okay. Words. Words have meanings. They mean? Never know. Totally not Chinese or Japanese. That's probably French or something. How's it going? Got a 1-drop? Oh, he does have a. Oh, looks like we gotta hurt ourselves. But it was gonna deal 2 damage to us anyways. Alright, this is just removal without deck. Right now. They have white, so did have white. They're gonna seam rip our seam rip. I'm just gonna know where to run to Scavenger. Yeah, before he untaps. I don't know what's gonna happen. You have protection spell, and then give it plus like a Shard Mage Rescue, that's a +2. Then we'll be in trouble, right? Feathered Flight. That's less threatening. Okay. You dealt your damage. I could Belladonna? But if I Belladonna, I cannot Seam Rip. I kind of want to Seam Rip. Belladonna doesn't do anything. A 2 to body him. Too bad I don't have 1 white mana. Hilarious to have 2 red in a deck that I purposely toned down the red because I don't need to have any red mana. I don't know. He's gonna shelter. He's gonna shelter. And then I draw Duress. This is nice. Yeah, Duress. He's just gonna sack the 2, right? It'll be a 3. I mean, he sacked the 1/2. Then it will be a 3/3. The best we got with the hand that we were dealt. Freaking Ancient Vendetta. This is the one-off in the deck. Shelter again. I know where to run. Huh? Oral Charm. Take that out. And we have a Rip, so maybe we rip him. Rip even anything against this deck? I mean, it puts out a target for us to sack later if we want to sack. Now, I don't want to attack, because Belladonna can still block. Fast dude, but he'll probably just attack. Yeah, he'll probably just attack anyways. Oh. That's interesting. Why did he do this? Why didn't he just attack with the 3/2? Pump it. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if we're just gonna draw a land, right? He's gonna attack. Gonna deal damage to us. He's gonna pump. We're gonna draw another land and be sad about it. I'm gonna draw Day of Judgment here. The 2 one-offs probably out to get me. Here comes Day of Judgment. Oh, hey. You know what? I'll take it. This is not too bad of a card. What can he do next turn that stops this? No. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. Don't want to risk it for that biscuit. I can't hit nowhere to run on anything. I have to Seam Rip that. I can't Seam Rip this one, so guess that's it. Nothing really happened. He drew a card. Let's see what his 1 card does. Burn spell? Good as I'm gonna get, right? Let's see what we hit. We hit 3 lands. Oh boy. Attack a creature. Yeah, we got greedy. We play off the Grease Gambit without anything to back it up, but I needed 4 card draw. We were gonna draw 3 lands in a row, so that had to be done. Do I even want to take out Shelter by Ghost? I'm gonna Seam Rip my 1. Okay. Yo. This is what's up. Let's bargain. This scene rip, that's empty. Get out our Uncle Iroh. Make a token. You give him the Grease Gambit. Another token. Now the game is on. Sort of. Play this land. Now I don't need to hide the lands. He's got a Grease Gambit on the back of him, so game is over. We kind of got through with semi-luck. I mean, we did draw a land the turn we needed it, but then after that we draw nowhere to run. So, take that. Alright, our opponent is Valar 80. Fervent. He's both Fervent and Valerus? Valerus? Alright, well, that's 2 Belladonna Took. I don't like that, but these cards are playable, so... I get the Duress turn 1, which is pretty important. Kind of deck already. Legend of Roku, Seer. Oh, jeez. A burst lightning. Well, I want to take out Legend of Roku because they're hard draw, but then that means none of my creatures are going to. Do I put out a Belladonna Took here? Alright, that just dies. No reason. Got 2 Seers. Uncle Iroh will also just die for no reason. I've just inter-tapped. Put out the Rip. This deck definitely gets hurt by the Rip. I am seeing this deck as the Thor deck. There's probably Thor, and there's probably tablets. Oh. Green though, I don't know what this green is for. Alright, I guess we have a Soul Stone to play, so play that. I don't want to play these Belladonas. They're not gonna just draw those Seers. I might play Grease Gambit. I don't know, it's tough. Pack is even scarier. At least Grease Gambit doesn't straight out kill me. I'm gonna throw those at him. Tough. Looks like they have blue, but not right now. I think Grease Gambit would just die to like a bunch of burn spells. But still, I want to do it because otherwise I miss a land drop and I'd fall really far behind. I don't miss a land drop here at least. I can drop one token. Those are not good draws, definitely. I hope he taps out. Like, there is a world where maybe he taps out. Got mana for... I cannot protect. If I can't protect it, I could Demonic Pact, but then I am way faster in dying. Yo, I gotta do it. Maybe he burst lining me. Come on, draw me some not useful cards, please. For Belladonna. Oh boy. Now he's got all his mana open. I'll draw 2 cards. Make him discard 2 cards won't do anything because he has 3 things that can burn me. You have this. Could we just play the Momentum Breaker? Mountain? I don't have to discard anymore, but I will die in 2 turns, so that's what I gotta be careful about. Legend of Roku. Got more Legend of Roku. Gonna play another one. And Burst Lightning me. He's gonna Burst Lightning me. You're gonna... That's 2 mana, so you'll still get Iroh. Actually, no. There are 2 cards. Haha! Good luck. First Lightning me again. Alright, we finally got through that terrible draw in the beginning. Now our opponent is in trouble. Alright, we saw all those removal that he had. He can actually deal 4 damage to us. But this is the turn that we get to do this in. So I might as well do that. Deal 4 damage. Something that we have, or our face. Make us feel better. Deal to our face. Oh no, my face took 4. That's a lot of damage. But he has 1 card draw. He has to win with that 1 card. That 1 card is Legend of Roku. That won't do it. Draws 3 cards, but he has so little time. Got a Braids. Yep. You've got 4 mana. And unless you can somehow get rid of that Demonic Pact. I drew the 1 Demonic Pact. I drew the 1 Soul Stone. But I cannot draw any of Beseech the Mirror. I draw the 1 Day Judgment. Alright, yeah, this is hilarious. No Beseech the Mirror. I wanted to Beseech to give him the Demonic Pact. But instead we just instead. A win is a win though, I'm still happy. Game, Mr. Fervent. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those Took gift games, how does this deck feel? I gotta say, I do really like this deck. I always like the Cat Pack decks, but this is actually a lot more fun Cat Pack deck to run around because, well, if you play the Belladonna Took, you get to draw that extra card with Iroh, and I feel like a lot of times that's what put us over the edge in card advantage. I don't know. Well, what would have happened if I was not running Belladonna, I was running something else? Because she is also sort of a distraction, right? A removal magnet, if you will. And if our opponent's spending time killing Belladonna Took, they're not destroying the Uncle Iroh, and then they kind of chain off from there. One other thing that I noticed that I didn't have to worry about today, that if you feel like necessary, Belladonna Took is a halfling citizen, and Uncle Iroh is a human citizen ally. That's kind of funny. They are both citizens. And since we have 8 citizens in our deck, if you want to, you can cut a Sacred Foundry or maybe a Blood Crypt. I don't know, maybe one of the Verges, and put in 2 Cavern of Souls naming citizens. Then your opponent won't be able to counter your citizens. That's something that's viable, at least. But I don't think it's necessary just because of the ways that we play day. Duress can usually get the best out of them anyways. So yeah, the whole deck, it just really comes together by the fact that we get the extra card draw from Belladonna, and now we have ample removal, ample combo, and Grease Gambit is so backbreaking. Like, if you donate it to your opponent, the game is effectively over. There's no way to get out under a Grease Gambit because, well, unless our opponent's also donating, they can't get rid of it. It's just whenever it leaves. Not whenever it dies, not whenever you sacrifice it, not whenever it gets destroyed or targeted. It's just whenever it leaves. So no matter how your opponent makes it leave, they are gonna get on the bad side of Grease Gambit, and we can stack them up, right? With Beseech the Mirror and everything else, we can get multiple Grease Gambit, and Iroh is not a single Harmless Offering. It's an unlimited offering, so it's gonna keep offering them bad stuff, and that's how they will lose the games. So that's what I really like about this deck, and that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.